Okay, small San Sau, lesson 5. Carrying on from these little flicky motions up under the jaw. It's in there. So we finished with the left foot and left hand forward for that one. This time we're going to come straight in with a punch, straight to the front. Very simple and effective. These punches, I always get people saying, but you know, you're aiming at his throat. Why would you hit him under here? Yeah, it's a nice shot, but it's not as dangerous and deadly as just striking him straight in the throat. What we're doing with these punches is we're learning how to control the body. It's much more difficult to get this flicking action to have the control over your body while staying loose, to get your arm to actually flick underneath there. It's easy just to punch someone in the throat. So you're really teaching yourself about body control and connecting your arms into the center to gain power with such a weird movement to still connect to your center. After you've done that 3 times, so you've learned how to do that. You now know how to control the body. And so now for the last one, we do just the blatant, simple kill him method of just punching him straight in the throat. So you've done that last one up under the jaw. From here, very simple, like that. Just swivel back and punch straight forward. It's just an outright slam straight into the throat. CV22 right in the pit of your neck there. With a flat palm fist so that it fits in a bit better. So don't punch that way. So more chances it'll hit his chin. It'll just fit in better if it's that way. Much the same body mechanic as the very first movement in the way that it pumps out from the hip and the shoulder. Okay, so the footwork's the same again. Just swivel back into your right heel. Make sure your feet are parallel. Your left hand is going to do the same block as if you were going to do another one of those. So it's doing that little hooking motion with the wrist in the center. So it's not like a block out that way, it's a little parry. So you're dealing with straight punches now as opposed to hook punches. So if it's coming straight in on your nose, you don't want to grab it here and push it all the way out to the side. You just want to let it go over your shoulder kind of thing. Whereas if it's coming in from the side, you've got to go out and attack it so that it doesn't come in. So you've done that one there. That's your defense. Just like you're going to do another one of those. But as you swivel, that right arm is just going to pump straight forward like that. Keep the thumb on the top. Try not to do this. Don't load it back. Just push. Push off your left foot to give you that twist, and twist your hips, twist your waist, and that'll pump that fist straight out and into the throat from there. Like that. Okay, from here, what we're going to do is, we've got his arm here, right? So he's thrown that punch and I've got his wrist in my left hand. I haven't grabbed yet, but I've just hooked it so his wrist is about here. I'm going to grab his wrist like that. I'm going to swing it down, give it to my right hand, so effectively I'm twisting his arm up to expose the ribs. So from here, in the form, we just swivel back to the other side and clap your hands together. Like that. Very simple. The right hand is flexed up just above your head, facing out to that right hand corner. It's yang, up like that. The left hand is just sort of like it's hugging around your own ribs like that with the palm relaxed. So from there, you just make like you're grabbing a wrist, swing it down, clap your hands in the middle, in your center, down low, and see once they've clapped, the right hand will continue up whilst the left hand continues around. So don't go like this. See, I didn't drop my right hand. I want to bring the left hand down, the right hand will cut straight down whilst the left hand does a sweep, clap, and up. Now this move's a little bit different than the other ones you've done. The other ones we've been doing, say for instance Pung, the very first step that we did, the step happens with the strike. So it was bang, it was a Fa Jing action. However, this time it's a swinging action of the body as opposed to like one of those explosive movements. So you're actually going to place the foot first and then strike with these next 2 strikes. All the other ones, they were bang. These ones we've been doing bang, foot hits with the strike. So from here, what we're going to do is this. That's the way we're gaining power. So you still do the dropping forward, you still drop your weight into that left heel, just like before, but see how I haven't turned my body yet. So I'm just dropping the foot down, but my hips, body is still to the corner. So if I do it slowly, it's like 1, 2, and then twist. Because it's not a snapping recoil type of a strike, it's a big follow-through swinging action. You're just slamming him with the back of your left palm up under here into the ribs. Because remember, you've twisted his arm to put him in this position, and then you're striking up under here. So 1 step strike. See how you just follow through? Don't go and try to recoil it, just go really get it loose. You can start to bring in a bit of more control later. I think if you watch me doing the whole demonstration of this form, when I go through the whole thing, you'll see it. You'll see that kind of thing. So I'm still doing a follow through, but there's the power. That's where the strike is, and then I'm doing a little recoil. But the power is following through. So in the beginning, to make sure you've got enough power to get the right body mechanic, just literally go. Just throw your arm completely loose, just throw your arm through. Keep in mind, if you hit someone, your arm would stop where his body is. You can practice that on a bag. But it doesn't matter if you miss in this case, because your arm just comes back into your own body anyway. Whereas with something like a straight punch, we don't want to follow through because it never comes back. So you just let it travel out, and then let it come back again. You make that recoil a bit tighter and tighter as you advance. But the most important thing is to make sure the shoulders are staying loose. So if you get too much recoil, straight away, see, you might tense up like that. You've got to wait till you're progressing. Now I know I can recoil tightly there, but stay totally loose. So you must be able to stay loose. Okay, so stepped, bang, and come back to center. So you're finishing like that. Everything normal posture, hips to the front. This right arm is facing to that right hand corner, the northeast, flexed, and this one's just sitting here. We've now just got to do a little blocking action to then do the same move on the opposite side. So just drop your hand down, yang, like that, and bring it up in front of your face. Basically someone's throwing a punch on your nose, so you've got to block up under it with your pung action. So you let it go yang, and then lift up yin, that strike. So from there, striking up with that movement. Now from here, you do exactly what we've just done, only you've got to pull your foot back this time because you didn't pull it back on the previous move. So grab his wrist with that right hand, do you clap again, and pull this foot back and swivel. See, same footwork as what we've been doing. Flex this hand out to the corner, this is ready. I do my step first, and then there's the strike. Exactly the same as what we've just done. So, from there, 1 to there, step, strike, drop it down, pung up, grab out, sweep, swivel, got his arm up here, step, strike. That's the end of that move. We'll just do one more from there. Okay, this is the first part where we've got a slightly variation on the footwork. Normally when we swivel back, the rear foot would swivel all the way to the corner and both feet would be parallel. This time you're just going to do a half swivel, just like that. So your left foot is only going to swivel so that you're basically facing to the front when you do it. So from here, we get that kind of action. So the right foot still comes in, so it's pointing to the corner, like that, facing out to the corner, but it comes in so the heels are touching. But the left foot has only swiveled halfway, so it's pointing to the front. So that's your footwork. 1, and now you do the same step as normal, drop into your left leg. But because you've pulled this foot in, of course, I've actually moved slightly to my left as I've done this application. Notice how in this posture, I've got a slightly straighter body angle. So normally when we swivel back, we're staying totally sunk down, so I can't see my left toes. I'm knee over toe kind of thing. Whereas this time, because the feet are coming together, see the legs are straightening up. I'm not sat like this with my knees bent. I'm a little bit like that. So never lock your knees out, of course, just have a slight bend in them for that posture. Okay, what your hands are going to do you've got to drop the left hand. Basically someone's coming in to grab your throat or do any kind of double-handed attack, and you've got to bring your hands up the inside and block them outward and then do a forward strike. So your left hand has got to come down even to your right hand, like that. So just drop it down in a swing and then it'll come up again. So we get this. That's what we're going to get. See how the arms are coming out like that? You're striking. It's kind of the same motion, in fact, as what we did here. Same strike as that hooking motion, but we're doing it with both hands to opposite sides this time. So, see how the center is actually on the corner? The arms are just opening like that. Both hands are yin. So they're slightly tucking backward. They'd be striking down the arm on his wrists. Most important thing is to get that left hand. The right hand's easy, it just comes back like that. But the left hand's got to do that circle down before it raises out. So your hand's doing that kind of action. But the left hand's got to drop first and then come back. Be sure that your hand's not just cutting in, because that's of course going to be on the outside of his arm. So from that move, we're doing that. Eyes are still on the front, remember. The weight's in the left heel. There. Now you drop forward just like all the other postures in the form, only of course you're going to drop at a slight angle now, because if I go straight forward of course I'll have a narrow stance. So you're going to drop out at an angle to maintain that normal shoulder width stance. And as you do that, you're going to come in with a double palm strike, because the hands are yin, so they can come in and strike with the yang palms. Notice how also the elbows are slightly out, like that. So when I strike, they'll squeeze in, and therefore creating like a spiraling effect on the strike. Don't go too far with your spiral, it just goes from there to there. It's just a light spiral. So the fingers should be pointing straight up when you're finished. So you're there, and that's what you're going to get. As you drop in, just squeeze your elbows in and flex your palms. Make sure, like all the other postures, don't go and then hold tension in your palms. You've got to loose here. They'll just flex and go a little bit tense just on contact, but then loosen again. They'll still be in a yang state when they finish, but they won't be in a flexed yang state. They'll just be in a relaxed yang state. So from here, see, they're nice and soft, totally relaxed. Okay, that's the end of lesson 5 for your small San Sau solo form. Thank you.